I am so happy for you, and I'm so happy to see you.
It's good to be seen. I've been hiding for like 7 months.
You have been away for some time. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling much better than the last time the world saw me.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
I feel so much healthier and so much more like myself, and I'm just, I'm feeling so happy to be back in the world.
What
really.
do you attribute that to, especially the journey that you had the last 7 months? You said you were feeling more like yourself.
Yes. So after the anthem that I sang that went horribly wrong, that everyone saw.
In the home of the brave.
I checked myself into rehab, and I was there for a little over a month, and it was the best thing that has ever happened as far as like getting the actual time to stop everything and be like, okay, something's wrong, and I want to get better, and I want to figure out what that is. And so I feel like in the time that I've been away and getting out of rehab, I've actually felt like a real person, if that makes sense. Like I wanted to get to know who I was, separate from singing, separate from songwriting. I was like, okay, who am I now? I didn't realize that at a certain point, like it's okay to take a break and like a breather, and I hadn't done that yet. And I'm realizing how essential that is to really respect yourself and your own boundaries, and really feel what you're feeling without feeling like you don't have time to deal with it. And I feel like that's always something that, our society makes you feel like there's no time.
Right.
It's like, there's no time to think about this, there's no time to grieve, there's no time to whatever. It just has to be okay all the time. And so for me to really let myself unravel and just completely break down to then put the pieces back together, like changed my life.
And sometimes it almost takes the universe forcing us to.
Oh my gosh.
So,
yeah, it takes it takes public humiliation, for me at least. Like it's not even a little thing. Like it had to be an extreme blowout, which actually sucks because I feel like it took that for me to ask for help, and it's made me realize like how important it is to ask for help so that it doesn't get that bad. Like ask for it when you need it,
Right.
as opposed to waiting for something awful to happen. Like do it the second you need it. Like don't wait,
When you finally did ask for that help, how did that unfold, and how receptive was your ask?
The day after I woke up from botching the anthem was the day I realized something is wrong, because one, that's never happened before, and two, that was very unlike me, and I realized that everything I'd been doing up to that point to try to get better wasn't working, and that was the moment where I was like, oh, I need help with this, because I didn't realize how like out of control this was getting.
So you were struggling behind the scenes then, and not
Yeah.
many people knew?
Yeah, I didn't really make this publicly known because I didn't think I needed to, but I had parted ways with the first and only manager I've ever had, and that was really tough, but I was the one who made the decision, and then I broke up with my long-term boyfriend who was living with me, and I did that within like a 2-week span, essentially. And because I was the one who broke up with them, I didn't think that I was able to grieve, because I was the one who said bye, so technically I should be okay, and I felt good about my decisions, but I realized that, managers, it's like a marriage, and obviously when you're living with your significant other, that's also like losing a best friend, and so within a matter of weeks, the people that were closest to me were gone, and I didn't allow myself to have the space to grieve. I just kept moving, because that's what people tell you, right? Like, just keep moving, like, just keep moving, just keep doing. And at first
on
it
autopilot.
worked. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is working. Like, yeah, I'm not feeling as bad, but then all those feelings that you don't process come out in different ways.
Right.
And that's when, I started abusing alcohol.
You addressed it head on, which I imagine was not easy to do in that Instagram post.
I was so tired of hiding that I was struggling, and I wanted it to be more of a topic that you could freely talk about, because I was just exhausted of like pretending that I was okay. I am a human. Like, I'm allowed to mess up as long as I try to make it right. That's the thing, is like, that's why I sang the anthem again.
And the rockets red the
To me, I knew that I messed up in a big way, but I also knew that I had a choice and a decision of like, do you want to make it right or not? And I chose to make it right.
You've put in a lot of work to get to even be here right now.
Yes.
Why was now the right time to come back?
After coming out of like, a hard winter, I feel like the hope and the uplifting feelings of spring really resonate with me. And I feel like that's also part of the message that I want to get across, is like, yes, we've come out of this really, depressing time. And for me, it's about celebrating that, that newness, that rebirth, that chance again to, be a part of life.
You're like a
again and come
butterfly
alive.
right now.
I am.
Yes!
Yes, I am breaking out of the cocoon. If I had done it before, like if I had done it too early, there would have been no wings. So we just needed it to grow.
To develop in
Yeah.
the cocoon a little bit, and
Yeah.
now we can spread
Now
the
we can
wings
spread
and
'em.
fly with new music.
You can follow my footprints, but you don't gotta fill my shoes. It's just a path for you to follow if you so choose.
My goodness, how
Yes.
important has the music been to you on this journey?
It, as usual, has been the core thing for me to be able to express how deeply I'm feeling. Footprints is one of those songs that to me expresses the vulnerable place that I'm in right now. And what better way to start it off by a song about my siblings, because the whole song was written for them, to encourage them to go out and pursue their dreams, and hopefully, to see me do it, would encourage them to do it. And then what better way to be like, hey, look, you can still mess up on a grand scale and still come back.
Yeah.
And I almost needed to remind myself of that.
Is this first of many more songs to come?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I've felt very creative in the months that I've been away, and I feel like that centeredness and being more present in who I am has really helped shift things back to more of who I feel like I am, which is more of a songwriter, storyteller. It's felt so nice to just get back to that.
Yeah.
And just the basics of that, aside from all the drama and all the struggle, and it's just felt very grounding to just go back to like the piano and write.
So I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy that you get to return to the Opry and
Yes.
perform. My gosh, because you discuss how music is healing in this. So this performance to you, what does it mean to you?
It does feel like coming home in a way, because the Opry has been such a staple in country music. And I showed up to Nashville, like 10 years ago, and that was such a beacon of like, it would be so amazing to play there, and I've played there many times now, but I haven't for a while. And so being able to go back there and just sit on a piano and tell stories is something that never gets old. And also the community, the country music fans, it's like they're so welcoming and loyal, and you know, you don't really get that in other places, and so it feels like a safe place to open up again and get back to it.